Welcome to Code with Vinod. This is our first video tutorial on Docker. So in this video, we will explain Docker architecture. After then, we will perform some tasks with Docker. So in this diagram, you can see we have three things. First one is client, second one is Docker host, and third one is registry. So Docker client basically it act as a endpoint to interact with Docker daemon. So with the help of client, we will perform some operations like building the image. Second one, we will pull the image, and the third one, we will run that image as a container. And second one, we have Docker host. So inside the Docker host, we have Docker daemon, and as you can see, we have images, and third one, we have containers. So Docker daemon, with the help of client, firstly it will create the images. After then, it will run image as a container. So Docker daemon, or we can say Docker host, provides us the environment to run the containers. So it we can say Docker host is installed on server operating system, so it doesn't require any separate operating system, so it use the server OS. And third one, we have registry. So Docker provides us the registry like Docker host. So it's a kind of cloud registry, we can say. So there we can push our images, as well as we can pull some predefined, we can say, images, predefined images by the Docker. So let's see the lab. So here I'm using Docker Play. So it's a kind of freeware server Docker provides us for practice purpose. So by clicking on add new button, we can create our new instances for practice. So first of all, let me uh, check what is happening. There is kind of some network issue. Yeah, so nothing is there. And to check the images, if we already having an image or not, we will use Docker images. So till now we don't have any images. So our first things means inside the client we have Docker build. So Docker build, we will use to create our new images, means our own images as per requirement. Let's say we have to make our application as an image, so we will use Docker build. But before that, let's see how we can pull some existing images on Docker registry. So in this case, we will pull nginx image from the Docker registry. So I will use Docker pull nginx. So it will pull the image from the Docker registry, and now we will check the images. So one image we have pulled. After then, we will check Docker containers, Docker ps we will use. So there is no any container is running at this time of moment. So uh, our second thing is we will create our own image, and then we will try to build and we will run that. So before that, we can see, let's say I want to run my nginx pulled image as a container. So I will use Docker run. So we will use dt as a detached mode. So it will run inside the backend. And after then, I will use nginx, sorry, Docker run hyphen dt, then nginx we can give some test tag. So tag is latest. So we have created container, so let's check. So here we can see our nginx container is running. So now we will create our own image. So for this we can refer docker documentation. So here I will search run docker image. So we can use any language, let's say Python, Java, anything other. So let's say I'm using Python here. Just a second. Let's search directly. So here we have option to build the images. Then we will run the Python image as a container. So here we are using some application on Flask, but I will use very basic thing. So let me go down. So to create our own image, we will use a file name which is docker file. So first let's create a docker file. Vi docker file. So let me save it, and then we'll paste our code by clicking on editor. So here we will paste our code. So always we have to make sure the docker file should be like this, so it is case sensitive. So it will automatically fetch the docker file when we will build or run when we build the images. So let's go back, and after that we will copy some code. So here we are not using our app application. So basically in the first line we are copying the Python image. So it's a built-in image. So it will work as a environment for Python. After then we are creating a directory to copy our application inside this directory, and after then we will copy our requirements, and then we will run. So here we have two things, run and cmd. So run basically run the commands when while creating the image, but cmd will run while creating the containers. So let me remove these lines because we don't require anything, means we are not using any Python app here. So I will print uh, something for practice. Welcome welcome docker. Let's save it, and then we will try to make image. So here we have created docker file. So we will write docker build, and then we will use the tag name, we can say -t is equal to test latest. So by mistake it has called image. So it has created. Let's see the images. Docker images. So here we have created this my image. So now we will run this image. So docker run my image and latest set tag. So here you can see it is printing the cmd on while creating the container. So in next video tutorial we will perform some more operations with the docker. So thanks for watching.